North Attleboro Community Television, North TV Sports presents the high school football game of the week. Tonight, from McGrath Stadium on the campus of Bishop Feehan High School, it's a non-league matchup between the North Attleboro Red Rocketeers and the Bishop Feehan Shamrocks. Welcome everyone, week 3, September 21st, week 3 of the high school football season. Our first look at the new synthetic surface, artificial turf here at McGrath Stadium. First of all, Steve, let's talk about this surface. I know Paul O'Boy, this has been a dream of his for years. It's now a reality, and boy, it looks nice.
You know, and for the athletic program and all the students at Bishop Feehan, the whole community, this is such a great atmosphere to have a home game like this and have this synthetic surface. You know, talking to Coach O'Boy really quick, he was just saying that it took him all summer to prepare for this because basically underneath this whole playing surface is an irrigation system that allows it to drain. And I mean, that's why you have a field like this. It's to use it for 10 plus years, and this is just phenomenal for the student athletes at Bishop Feehan.
Ironically, well, Attleboro will be getting a field next year. Ironically, you know, people think it's great for football. It's actually much better for the other sports throughout the course of the year. Soccer, boys, girls, lacrosse, you name it, they will benefit most. The Bishop Feehan Shamrocks enter tonight's game taking on a North Attleboro team, Steve, we've seen in week 1, week 2. This team is loaded. Donnie Johnson has to make sure they don't take this Feehan team lightly.
No, parochial schedule. You look at the first 3 games, and now you're coming home to Attleboro playing Bishop Feehan after having 2 20-win games against LaSalle, obviously in Rhode Island, and now and BC High, who they played so well on the road last week. But coming home, you're playing kids in the community. That's a big game. It's a big game. It's a rivalry game. You're playing your crust iron rival, and it's exciting. It's a Friday night game. And you like nothing better to have this kind of game, you know, and again, on synthetic surface like this, so why not?
North Attleboro, as Steve mentioned, 2 20-point wins over LaSalle Academy, 47-27, and then last week over Boston College High School. Alex Jetty, he's certainly the man to watch for North Attleboro, but the thing is with this North Attleboro team, it's more than just Jetty. It's the offensive, defensive lines, it's the other backs, it's the quarterback pair, and this team, as I mentioned, is loaded. For the Bishop Feehan Shamrocks, Steve, to pull off the upset tonight, what do they need to do?
Well, they need to get the offense of North Attleboro off the field. So they have to take their time on offense, really pay attention to the officials calling in the plays, take your time, run the clock, and run the ball. Last week they only threw the ball 3 times in the win against Apponequet, their first win of the season. 42 times in the run for 218 yards. Run the ball, really assess themselves, and get a good offensive game plan going. And if they do that, they're going to be in the game. If not, North's going to run away with this game.
I spoke to Kurt Smith before the game. He said the kids know, try not to run out of bounds, keep the clock running. On defense and on offense, get up very slowly from the pile, and watch for this during the game. Feehan quarterback has been told, watch the umpire. When the umpire goes like this, that means, and I never knew this, Steve never knew this, when the umpire goes like this, there's 10 seconds left on the play clock, so when he sees that, the quarterback will start his cadence. Will it be enough? We'll find out. The kickoff is coming up next on North TV.
Have you ever wondered how your town's government operates? Do you know how the local boards work? Inside Your Government on North TV answers those questions and more by taking a deeper look into the daily, weekly, and yearly workings of the people and boards that make up North Attleboro town government. From RTM to the State House, we cover it all. Inside Your Government on North TV's Community Channel Comcast 15 and Verizon 24, and on the Government Channel Comcast 98 and Verizon 23. North TV, bringing the community into your home.
Hey.
Ready to go?
Yeah, but the fire's not out.
Close enough.
Huh. Close enough? If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. I mean, the next thing you know, you've torched our whole neighborhood.
Which is why we're not going anywhere?
Exactly. 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
There's a shot of Donnie Johnson, 2-0 on the season. His third game of the year, also the third game against a parochial school. LaSalle Academy out of Rhode Island, Boston College High School out of Dorchester, and tonight Bishop Feehan High School out of Attleboro. Shot of Feehan coach. Having a brain cramp here.
Kurt Smith.
I can't find. He's not listed on this. Oh, there he is. Kurt Smith, yes.
The big bold one.
Well, that's what I thought it was a heading. An absolutely beautiful night for football, Steve. Feehan won the toss. They elected to take the football, which makes sense because if you're going to kill time, you need the ball to do so.
Yeah, as we mentioned in the pregame, that's what Feehan wants to do, and what better player to get this started? You get Matt Allen. He's one of the deep guys here for Bishop Feehan. He's a 5'7", 152-pound senior, but he's a workload for this Shamrock team. Oh, 3 weeks in a row.
3 weeks in a row, the Red Rocketeers kicked the ball off of one of the front men. Reed Holden recovers. So Feehan not only doesn't get the football, but they won't get it to start the second half.
You know, Coach Johnson said in the Sun Chronicle last Saturday after BC High when they did that it was a complete mistake and it wasn't something they were trying to do. They were trying to scoop the ball down the middle of the field. Right there, that didn't look like it was an accident, but regardless of that, Reed Holden all over that ball, and Hunter's got to think for the dramatic on the kickoffs.
First down and 10, little bobble on the snap. Perrin will keep it himself, will gain, looks to be about 4 yards on a play that looked like it was going nowhere. Nice job blocking up front by the Red Rocketeers.
Yeah, they were going to go out to the left, right in front of Bishop Feehan. Mike Lambert was supposed to have the ball, but Perrin did the right thing right there. If you get a broken play, just follow where the play's going, and he's able to pick up 3-4 yards on the play. Good job by Perrin.
Second down and 6 for the Red Rocketeers. Tell you, Steve, these games look so much better on the artificial turf, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is just a beautiful facility, and you know, the Bishop Feehan program, they've done such a nice job in the whole community, and now to have this authentic field, it's just perfect.
Perrin fakes the handoff to Jetty, will keep it himself, will muscle out maybe a yard. A third down and 5 coming up for the Red Rocketeers. Here it is.
Just the opposite the way that Bishop Feehan started last week, where they were just sweeping, sweep left, sweep right, and then you'd catch Perrin up the middle for a big gain. Maybe they're setting up, obviously, something right or left because they got so many weapons around the corner with so much speed and athleticism.
Yeah, the Red Rocketeers setting up BC High by going to the outside on a number of occasions and then letting Perrin go right up the gut. 3rd and 5, Jetty in motion this time. Nope, it'll be a pass, swing pass out to Jetty. Jetty looking for a block, has it. Will be close to the first down marker, will depend on the spot, and he will have it first down and 10 for the Red Rocketeers, 9:21 left. And a missed opportunity, Steve, for the Bishop Feehan Shamrocks. If they have any chance of winning this game, they have to stop the Red Rocketeers in those situations.
You got to get them off the field, and now you get into a situation where now it's 4-down territory, but throw down and long and 6, and you really got to get them off the field. Nice little bubble screen base that turned out to, the way that Jetty was able to round that off. A different look offensively. That's a play that we haven't seen yet from the Rocketeers.
Handoff will come to Hunter. Dwayne Hunter Jr. will be brought down after a pickup of 6 on the play. Matthew Pisano on the stop for the Shamrocks. Good open field tackle. Type of tackle that almost creates a turnover.
Yeah, and Hunter Jr. had that one turnover last week, but he had a great game last week. Here's a kid, 5'7", 175 pound. He's just shown so much ability in the balance and just fighting off tackles, and that's one thing against LaSalle and BC High he's been able to do. 100-plus yards last week and a big win on the road.
Kurt Smith saying it's going to the right, guys, going to the right. It does. Jetty breaks one tackle, cannot break a second, will be brought down. Sizable loss on the play, and a 3rd down and 7 coming up. Michael Agnello with the stop for the Shamrocks.
Yeah, Coach Smith was saying go right, but if you're able to determine where this offense is going, good job right there. Also, one of the Shamrocks didn't get his number, but Agnello getting low, number 17. When you have a defensive back able to get outside and take away the run, that's going to be a big part of this defense for the Shamrocks. The Shamrocks team, you look at what they did last year. At the end of the year, they really settled down. They didn't give up a lot of yards. They didn't give up a lot of points. They really need to get back to that kind of defense.
3rd down and 8 for the Red Rocketeers. Handoff to Hunter. Hunter breaks a tackle, fighting for yardage. We saw this a lot against BC High. Fights inside the 30-yard line, but will still be 2 yards shy of the first down. Ball at just inside the 30, Steve. 4th and, let's call it a long yard. 4th and 1. They'll definitely go for it here.
Yeah, and that's just what we were talking about in the previous possession. Once you give up that 3rd and 6, you get that first down, you get inside the 40-yard line for this team. North Attleboro and their coaching staff has so much confidence in the defense, who's given up, under 100 yards against BC High last week, and they gave up minimal yards against LaSalle, even though LaSalle was a very, very good offense. They're going to go for this because they have so much confidence.
4th down and 1 for the Red Rocketeers. Hunter up the middle, was hit at the line of scrimmage, but still able to drive forward. Has the first down by a good 2 yards. Pickup of 3, and the Red Rocketeers keep the chains moving. And for Feehan, they're not doing it quickly, which is a good thing.
Yeah, this is just slow, methodical, and you look down at, Bishop Feehan defense playing well. They've had 7 total plays of offense, actually 8 total plays of offense and 2 first downs, but they're making them earn it. No big plays right now for North Attleboro, and they've had a number of them on the season.
1st down and 10 for the Red Rocketeers. Split to the far side right, Jake Dallaire. Number 5, Dallaire, a senior at 6 feet, 195. Perrin rolling to his right, looking for Dallaire. Nope, sneaking behind the line was Mike Lambert, who will go into the end zone. Touchdown. I was looking at Dallaire, so were the Shamrocks, and Lambert slipping behind everyone but underneath Dallaire, the easy 6 points.
Yeah, you see Dallaire far out like Peter was mentioning, and then you see Lambert in the slot right there, just like a Wes Welker look, underneath a little out pattern, and no one falling back into the flats. And once Lambert gets the ball, he's an incredible athlete and able to get some open room. And when you have a player like Lambert that's going to get the room, he's going to find the end zone every time.
So Dwayne Hunter Jr. to attempt the extra point. 6-0. Red Rocketeers on top. The snap a good one. The hold is a good one. The kick is up, and it is good as well. So 7-0 Red Rocketeers. Here's the touchdown again. Chris Perrin. No, not Chris Perrin, excuse me. Ryan Perrin. 26-yard TD pass to Mike Lambert. You know you're getting old, Steve, when you used to call dad's games.
See, Coach Smith right there talking to his special teams. And, this does not change what the Shamrocks offense is trying to do. They still want to get momentum of the game, run the ball, really work it down the throat of North Attleboro, which is no easy task when you look at what North Attleboro brings to the table. A very experienced front four with some linebackers that are very agile, and they're always around the ball. So this is a interesting game early in the season for Coach Smith and his staff, and there's nothing more than these Shamrocks want to do is come up and meet to the challenge.
So first quarter, 6:17 left. Ryan Perrin, a 26-yard TD pass to Mike Lambert, the Hunter, PAT, NA 7, Bishop Feehan 0. Low kick again. Shamrocks will pick it up. Matt Pisano will only return it about 3 yards, and a 1st down and 10 for the Shamrocks. We've seen this, and this has become a staple over the years with this Red Rocketeer special teams. They don't boot it downfield. They make the opposition, first of all, the front wall, avoid the ball, and then have to pick it up, especially on a cold, slippery day like Thanksgiving Day we've seen many times.
Yeah, they make the defense think, the Shamrocks run that play. They mix it up, run, pass, and run some different looks than they've seen in previous game. And then special teams, same thing. I mean, the coaching staff in North Attleboro does a good job preparing their kids and making plays. And right there, another nice play. And we've been naming him all season long. And that's one of the captains of this team, Sean Peters, 6'4", 240, coming from his defensive tackle position, getting around Matt Allen to make the tackle.
Matt Allen, the gain, gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain, 2nd down and 10. Bunched up. Reminds me of Wareham High School years ago. Were you doing the games with us back then, Steve? No, Matt Lanigan was, as a matter of fact. Pitch will come to Isaiah Douglas. Douglas will be brought down in the backfield. Loss of 1 on the play. Eric Beckwith leading the charge for the Red Rocketeers.
Yeah, 1 tackle to the other. You got Peters in the first play, and then Beckwith, 6'2", 270. It's nice to have a pair of tackles, between the ends that have a lot of experience, and 6'2", 6'4", 240, 270, and Beckwith right there to make a big tackle. You can see, look at the box, Peter. Look how many guys are playing in the box, and they're really just challenging Bishop Feehan to throw the ball here.
.4:55 left in the first quarter. We'll watch for the umpire.
I mean, look what Jetty is right here on the left. I mean,
rolling to his right is Romero. Pass is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Benjamin Kenny, who took a huge hit and could not hold on to the ball.
Yeah, Jetty just coming in. You see him at the line of scrimmage. He backs off, covers the flat. Get a little play action right here, trying to create something, which is tough to do when you haven't established a running game. But Romero trying to throw the ball to the flats, and Jetty just all over that play. He's really an offensive dynamo when you talk about Jetty, but special teams too, with the punting game and also return game. But defensively, he's always covering the best offensive weapon on the wideout, and right there, Jetty able to come up and make the big play.
Matt Allen back to punt for the Shamrocks, who go 3 and out on their first possession. Gets away a good spiral that will land at the 28. Jetty will now watch it roll inside the 10-yard line, will be down just outside of the 9. Big punt by Matt Allen. Been the Shamrocks' best play so far.
It really has been. And, as far as field position goes, that was a huge play. That's probably one Alex Jetty wants back, because you really do not want to let that ball hit the ground. And once it hits the ground, anything can happen. And they basically the Rocketeers lost probably about 10 to 20 yards on that.
So the Red Rocketeers scoring on their first possession, hoping to do so on this, their second possession. If they do, it will be a 91-yard drive. Then again against LaSalle, we saw a couple drives like this that lasted only 1 play. When they handed off to that man right there, Alex Jetty, who was brought down after a gain of 1 on the play. Tackled by Thomas Salmon, but a penalty marker down. In the vicinity of holding. Let's see if that is indeed the call. Nope, 2 men in motion. Now, I would think here the Shamrocks will decline this penalty, because it will only be about a 4-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal line.
We didn't see it on that screen. The only thing I can think is the split guy to the right actually was in motion along with that wing.
No,
yeah,
they will take the penalty.
Didn't really see it from that screen, but.
So it'll be a 1st down and 14, they'll call it.
It's a nice challenge for North, though, really in the ball game here.
Now, if you're the Shamrocks, you're hoping for a turnover at this point. Oh, there it is! Feehan saying they have it. The officials confirm it. That's why you take the penalty, Steve.
It looked like Perrin, just a snap that didn't reach his hands, and yeah, just down low, and Hunter kicked the ball, and once that ball's on the ground, Shamrock didn't see the number right there, but Green's all over that.
So a costly turnover by the Red Rocketeers sets up a 1st down and goal for the Shamrocks. Ball at the 3-yard line. Feehan once again bunched up, double tight end set. They overload the right side. Out of a wishbone set. Handoff will come to the left halfback. That's Matt Glebus, excuse me.
Little old school Shamrock football right here, going back to the wishbone. You got Frank Almeida and Coach O'Boy. I mean, these guys have. Did they invent the wishbone, Peter? Or
I think they were at the meeting when it was invented.
A lot of experience in this coaching staff of Bishop Feehan, and right there, the Shamrocks trying to pound it in. What a great opportunity for the Shamrocks. 2nd and goal.
2nd down and goal at about the 2-yard line. Red Rocketeers looking to pinch. They do, but breaking the tackle and getting into the end zone. Matthew Pisano, 7-6.
What a great opportunity for the Shamrocks, and take advantage of your opportunities, and that's what they do right here. Pisano just off left tackle. Looked like he lost some balance. It was Sean Peters who got in there and took his legs out, but great balance by Pisano. Touchdown, Bishop Feehan.
And the kick is up, and it is good. Allen, the PAT. And we have a 7-7 game with 3:13 left in the first.
See another shot at this right here. This is Pisano with just off left tackle. See Peters getting in low, but just great balance and a great kick-out block on Rodriguez for North Attleboro. He was knocked out of there, and not sure what number of Shamrock took him out, but Pisano just enough room to sneak into the end zone. You know, Peter, this North Attleboro Red Rocketeer football program, they're not used to seeing Bishop Feehan score so early.
Red Rocketeers in their opening game against LaSalle Academy gave up 1 score in the first quarter. That was a 10-yard touchdown pass and PAT. Against BC High, also gave up a touchdown. That one, a Tim Johnson 35-yard interception return and PAT.
The defense had little to do with that one.
Yeah, 3rd straight game, Red Rocketeers have given up a first quarter touchdown. Red Rocketeers looking to answer. Big return, however, all the way up to the, what is that, about the 36-yard line. And that's where North Attleboro will start out 1st down and 10. Tyler Sellner on the return for North Attleboro.
Nice job by Sellner, just running north and south, and Bishop Feehan trying not to kick the ball to Hunter or Jetty, and Sellner, he's more than capable of making a big play right there, just doing his job, getting in the middle of the field and picking up some positive yardage.
So the Red Rocketeers' 3rd possession. First was a touchdown, 2nd a turnover on their 2nd play. And around. Jetty looking for blocks, will be wrestled down, leading the way for the Shamrocks. Mitchell Martin along with Thomas Salmon will be a loss, or gets back, no, a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 11.
Right here, pairing the Jetty, and you see the guards and the tackles pulling for North Attleboro, but Martin holding strong, and then Salmon coming in for the big hit. That's a great defensive effort for the Shamrocks. It's one thing, Peter, coming in. You knew Coach Smith and his coaching staff and the players be ready for this game, and early on, the Shamrocks have showed that.
Pass to Hunter, complete, brought down. Penalty marker down. It was in the defensive secondary. Matt Glebus with the tackle. Quite a discussion going on here. Are these replacement officials?
Feel like Sunday afternoon. Oh,
disregard the flag.
yeah, actually, it does. Now it is.
Reminds me of the Monday Night Football game this week.
Yeah, that was trips left by the Rocketeers, and there's a little swing pass to Hunter Jr., and Glebus is making a really good play.
Sorry, Steve. 3rd down and 7 after they sorted out that penalty, or non-penalty, I should say. So once again, Red Rocketeers, 3rd down and long. They are 1 for 2 on 3rd down conversions. Penalty marker down, and I think we had a timeout called. We did by the Shamrocks. Will it be a full or a 30? It will be a 30.
Yeah, one thing I think the Shamrocks and Coach Smith realized is you got trips left, and you had Alex Jetty wide right all by himself, and he was being covered man-to-man with Matt Allen, who's more than capable of manning up Alex Jetty. And then you see the play develop before the timeout, and Perrin was rolling to the right, so it looked like they were just trying to isolate Jetty on a man-to-man coverage, and you like your chances if you're North Attleboro trying to create some offense for Alex Jetty.
Want to mention that Bob Guthrie, who had planned on doing the season with us, called me this week and unfortunately will not be able to do so. May experiencing some back problems again, and we certainly wish Bob the best and hope that he'll be able to join us next year. Alex Jetty, concentration. Matt Allen was able to get a hand on that. Jetty, result of maybe the tip drill before the game, able to maintain his focus and pick up the big 1st down.
Yeah, North came back and they ran the same exact play, and give Matt Allen credit. He was right there defensively, maybe even got a hold. But Alex Jetty, just great job holding on to retain the possession of the ball.
Tough enough to make that catch, but Allen was pulling his jersey at the time. Pickup of 8 on 1st down. Hunter with the carry. Hunter now leading the way for the Red Rocketeers. 4 carries, 23 yards. Inside of 40 seconds left here in the 1st quarter. Hand off to Hunter again. This time will be dragged down from behind. Big defensive play by Christopher Barth for the Shamrocks. And that should be the last play of the quarter. When we come back, it will be a 3rd down and a long one, let's call it 2, for the Red Rocketeers. If you had told Kurt Smith heading into this game that at the end of the 1st quarter he'd be tied at 7-7, my bet is he would have been very pleased. 7-7 our score. We'll be back with 2nd quarter action here on North TV.
Have you ever wondered how your town's government operates? Do you know how the local boards work? Inside Your Government on North TV answers those questions and more by taking a deeper look into the daily, weekly, and yearly workings of the people and boards that make up North Attleboro town government. From RTM to the State House, we cover it all. Inside Your Government on North TV's Community Channel Comcast 15 and Verizon 24, and on the Government Channel Comcast 98 and Verizon 23. North TV, bringing the community into your home.
Hey.
Ready to go?
Yeah, but the fire's not out.
Close enough.
Close enough? If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. I mean, the next thing you know, you've torched our whole neighborhood.
Which is why we're not going anywhere?
Exactly. 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
2 for the Red Rocketeers. First play of the 2nd quarter. Surprising 7-7 score. Perrin out of the shotgun will hand off to Hunter. Hunter sidesteps 1 tackle. Spins away from another, will get inside the 30 and have more than enough for the 1st down.
Peter, early on here, you look at the Rocketeers and what they're doing. They're actually controlling the ground game and really chewing up the clock, which is exactly what Bishop Feehan wanted to do coming in. And Feehan is fine with this, I would imagine. Obviously, they don't want North to score, but take some of the clock away. Hopefully, they can get a big stop here. Now it's 4-down territory
for the Rocketeers.
Perrin will keep it himself. Will be brought down. Loss of 2 on the play. On the stop for the Shamrocks, Zachary Forget.
Yeah, Coach Sullivan didn't like that. You could see the expression on the sideline. Looked like Perrin wanted to get rid of the ball. Maybe doing the smart thing, holding on to it, but Zach Forget, big defensive end, 6'2", 196-pound, 2-year starter for the Shamrocks, coming in with a big, basically quarterback sack.
Yeah, it will be a sack because of the loss of 2 on the play. It's interesting, Steve, you mentioned Red Rocketeers keeping the ball on the ground. In the victory over LaSalle, North threw the ball only 7 times. Last week, 14 times.
Yeah, last week it almost like they threw the ball a little bit too much at times,
Yes.
Peter. I think we agreed on that. But they've had so much...
3rd down and 7.
Excuse me. They've had so much success running the ball, and this is one of the reasons, because Perrin's getting those tough yards in between the tackles, and we've seen Hunter doing that tonight. We still haven't seen Alex Jetty get the ball outside, and when he has a few times, the Shamrocks have really answered.
So 3rd down and long for the Red Rocketeers. One would think 4-down territory. 9:08 left here in the first half, tied at 7. Motion far side is Lambert. Takes the handoff, cuts up inside. Oh, a nice cut, gets down to about the 16-yard line. That will be enough for the first down. And Lambert, some good blocking up front, but some great decisions on when to make the cut.
Yeah, watch this, though. You're going to see Jetty and Jetty. That's the action. Jetty, Alex Jetty, the wing, and see Hunter right there taking him. But number 54, that's Ben Jetty coming in and making a great block, and that really springs Mike Lambert for the first down.
Inside of 9 minutes in the first half. Red Rocketeers down to the Bishop Feehan 17-yard line. Handoff, Jetty. Jetty tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Will bounce up to about the 15-yard line. So a pickup of 2, 2nd and 8 coming up.
Looked like Desmond Cornetta, number 37.
Actually bounced off.
Yeah.
Hunter.
Shamrock's doing a good job really clogging the middle of the line.
Hunter now with 6 carries. Pass, Perrin throwing. Wide open is Jetty, and he will be brought down at the 1-yard line. A portion of his body ended up across the goal line, but not the ball. Jetty last week, 3 receptions for 57 yards, and against LaSalle Academy, 2 receptions for 88 yards. And certainly the goal was to get Jetty into the open field with the football.
Yeah, just kind of running across a little drag, basically, coming from the opposite wing, and got Lambert to the right, kind of creating some space on the flats, and Jetty underneath, and Jetty wide open. That's a no-brainer for Perrin, and he finds him just short of the end zone.
Ball inside the 1, 1st and goal. Perrin, quarterback sneak, lost the football, Feehan recovers. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, never had it. Never had the ball, and then once that ball goes like this, it was number 26, Pisano, he was able to jump on top of that. He's got the touchdown, and now a big fumble recovery.
Looked like Perrin left too early.
Yeah, he just never had the ball, Peter. And
snap was a good one.
Snap was right there, and Pisano just in the right spot. Really opportunistic out of the Shamrocks tonight, and see what they can do offensively. Even if the Shamrocks can move the ball and get it out about 30, 40 yards, that's going to be a win.
They would chew up some clock in the process. I believe that's Allen with the carry. He'll get up to about the 6-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the play. Will be a 2nd down and 7 coming up. It was Allen on the carry who collided with Romero, the quarterback. Steve, we knew coming into this game that Feehan was a big underdog. They had to play the perfect game. but North Attleboro had to make mistakes. Now, North turned the ball over 5 times last week against BC High. It did not hurt them. Here in the early going, it is hurting them.
Yeah, it is. And, when you're knocking on the door to score a touchdown, you obviously give the ball inside the 5-yard line to something that should be easily 6 points on the board, and then the extra point for the 7. That's, Coach Johnson, that's something you can teach on the sidelines and really learn from. And it's something, Peter, you don't really expect from a senior-laden team, and this is what the Rocketeers have really become. I mean, there's a lot of experience up front with some really good running backs. And see Pisano right there with a 4-yard gain. Just short. Big third down here for the Rocketeers.
The
Shamrocks.
Third down and 4, Matt Pisano with the carry. And this very big play in this game. Nicholas Romero, whose brother Tommy was the quarterback for a number of years here at Bishop Feehan. Handoff will come to, I can't tell if it's Allen or Pisano. Either way, it will be a first down. It will be Pisano. And Feehan keeps the football, 4 more downs, and that will allow them to kill another 2 minutes off the clock.
Peter, you mentioned this in the pregame and talking to Coach Smith, how important it was to keep the offense of North Attleboro off the field and putting the ball on the ground. Offensively, North Attleboro has, and Shamrock's taking advantage of it. Pisano, he's had a great game early on, 5'9", 170 senior.
You can see the Shamrocks really taking their time. Handoff up the middle. No longer 3 yards in a cloud of dust, certainly not here on the synthetic surface. If this were at Haywood Field years ago, there'd be quite a bit of dust. I believe that was Glebus on the carry, pickup of no gain on the play, actually, so a 2nd down and 10, excuse me.
5 minutes to go here in the first half, Peter. Shamrocks have 17 total yards of offense, but a big first down, and that's really what they're clinging to right now.
Romero will keep it on the option, break a tackle, drive forward for a couple of more yards. Will be a pickup of 5 on the play and a 3rd down and 5 coming up.
Yeah, number 44, Rodriguez. He's a big-time player for North Attleboro. Special teams, defense, always very active around the football.
And Feehan will take a timeout here, but I'm sure they will do so just before the play clock expires, and this one will be a full timeout. Next week on North TV, the Red Rocketeers will be at Foxborough to take on the Warriors. That one at the Ahern Middle School field. The following week on the road again at Franklin Pacini Field. They return back to Community Field on October 12th before taking to the road again for the last time on October 19th at Taunton Tiger Stadium. And then the big one, October 26th at home against Mansfield at Community Field. November 2nd, 7 p.m., Canton at Community Field. Saturday, November 10th at Community, the King Philip Warriors, who, along with the Red Rocketeers, might be the team to beat even more so than Mansfield this year based on what we saw last week. Mansfield being beaten, was it an upset? Who knows, by the Needham Rockets.
Yeah, it's still early to tell, but Peter, you mentioned the 3 teams right there, Mansfield, KP, and North Attleboro. They're well in contention for the Hockomock this year, no question. What a schedule, though, huh? How many games on the road, and then have a nice settle in October for the duration at home, besides going away on Thanksgiving.
Shamrocks run a little wildcat, and it goes nowhere. Matt Allen brought down after a huge loss. They'll spot him down at the 11-yard line, so it will be 4th down and 17 coming up. Carmichael not fooled at all on that play.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect Carmichael, a defensive end. he does such a great job of really containing plays and forcing them in. And when you try to get around him, he makes plays just like back, as we see Selner back for the punt for the Rocketeers.
10 seconds left on the play clock. And a timeout called. Was it by Feehan again? If so, that will be their third. It is. So they have used 2 30s and 1 full. And certainly an area of the field that you do not want to make a mistake. Steve, 3:25 left, second quarter, 7-7.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, I really thought coming into this game, North would take control of it early and kind of carry in through halftime and see how this game progressed. But give the Shamrocks a lot of credit. They're giving nothing easy up to this offense and making them work every ounce down the field and opportunistic. They've created a couple turnovers, and right here they're going to be forced to punt, but they've taken time off the clock and they're in a situation where they're going to get their defense back on the field.
Matt Allen out of his own end zone. Gets away a good snap. Another good kick. Jetty will take it at his 49. Quickly up to the 40, to the 30, and brought down just inside the 30. Almost a late hit there on Allen. One of those hits that, if it happens again, might be called.
Yeah, Jetty, we talk about it all year, Peter. Anytime Jetty gets the ball, and he's capable. Yeah, it looked like Allen got in there a little late. No call. Allen's one of those dirt dogs, Peter. We saw him play in some big games over the years, and now it's his senior year, and he's so excited to be out there. He punts the ball, and he's in on the tackle.
3:14. For that scoreboard clock, almost looks like our graphics. Perrin throwing, complete. Near side will be a short gain on the play. Looks to be a pickup of about 4. Mike Lambert. The catch, Michael Agnello, the quick tackle.
Agnello doing a good job in the flats, covering up and keeping Lambert in front of him, and a sure-handed catch, and the big tackle by Agnello.
Inside of 3 minutes. Lambert in motion, takes the handoff. Lambert following Hunter, gets that block, spins away from a would-be tackler all the way down to the 16-yard line, first down, and Lambert, boy, what a cut.
Yeah, nice cut against the grain, and Pisano was able to take him down eventually. Good blocking around the end. Hunter trying to make a big block, and I think it was Carmichael in there with a big block that was able to free Lambert up for a few more yards after the spin.
Ryan Perrin, the senior quarterback, 5'11", 175. We'll see him certainly on the basketball court in winter, which I'm not looking forward to winter. Looking forward to basketball season, not winter, mind you. Hunter, nowhere to run, will be brought down after a pickup of 1 on the play. Nope. Maybe an inch. Let's call it second down and 10.
Yeah, Forget again in there making the big hit for the Shamrocks. This defense of the Shamrocks, they're just not going to give anything up easy to explosive Rocketeer offense. They've proven that all night.
Inside of 2 minutes, Red Rocketeers want to score and do so with as little time left on the clock. Swing pass. Hunter breaks a tackle, fighting for yardage. Still on his feet all the way down to the 2-yard line. Hunter not being denied. Picks up another first down and goal. Boy, is he tough to bring
Peter,
down.
we've talked about this a number of times this season. I mean, little swing pass by Hunter, and he gets the ball in open field, and he just can't be taken down with 1 or 2 plays. He breaks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like 6 plays he broke a tackle on out of the 11 defensive plays, and able then to dive for another couple just short of the end zone. What a great individual effort by Dwayne Hunter Jr.
First down and goal for the Red Rocketeers. They'll spot the ball at the 3. He dove forward down to about the 2. Lambert makes the nice cut. Gets into the end zone. Touchdown. Mike Lambert with 55 seconds left in the half. A 4-yard TD run, and it's 13-0 North.
Yeah, I love seeing this when you get the really sweep going. But Lambert, and you've seen Jetty do it and Hunter do it. You don't need to go wide every time. If you see an opening, you shoot through the gap, especially when you only have to pick up a yard or two. And that's just what Mike Lambert did on that run. Nice job.
Hunter to attempt the extra point. His kick is good. And North Attleboro now on top 14-0 with 55 seconds left. Here it is, Steve.
Yeah, again, look, wide open. Don't go outside. Just cut down the middle and scoot into the end zone.
That one of those plays, Steve, where it's his option. Just follow, follow, follow. If you see a hole, take it.
And you love that because you don't want to have a robot out there going, hey, the coach said go wide. No, you don't have to go wide. When you see the opening, understand the play, shoot the gap, and create some opportunity for yourself. And that's just what Mike Lambert did.
So the Red Rocketeers up 14-7. And if you're the Shamrocks defensively, or excuse me, on the receiving end of this kick, that front wall needs to be very careful. At this point,
I think any team facing the Rocketeers for the rest of the season has to be aware that Mr. Hunter here loves to kick the ball directly at the guy in front of him, and he's pretty accurate too. He's 3 for 3.
Hunter this time booms it downfield. Taken at the 13-yard line. And up to the 25-yard line for the Shamrocks is Isaiah Douglas. And the Shamrocks will have 48 seconds left in this half. And let's see now, knowing that even with 3 incomplete passes, Red Rocketeers would probably get the ball with about 25 seconds left.
Yeah, I just can't see the Shamrocks thinking they're going to throw the ball down the field right here. They got to keep the ball on the ground. Maybe North, and if I'm North, I'm burning timeouts to try to see if we can force a punt situation, maybe get one more look at the end zone. But the Shamrocks, they're going to keep the ball on the ground, just like we talked about in the pregame. No time to try to get a quick score.
Yeah, the last thing you want is an interception for a touchdown, and as well as you played, be down by 2 scores. Allen on the carry will pick up a yard. It will be a 2nd down and 9. And Steve, as you mentioned, North Attleboro immediately calling timeout with 41 seconds.
And that, in my mind, that should not change what Coach Smith is doing on the sidelines. Continue to run the ball, make North use the timeouts. If you have to punt the ball away, you punt the ball away. And you have a limited number of timeouts for North Attleboro. Don't try to get fancy here and try to throw the ball down the field because this North defense is too good.
So 14-7, 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Shamrocks. And North Attleboro, one would think, will immediately call timeout again. Handoff will come to the fullback, who will fall forward for a couple of yards. Thomas Salmon will get up to the 30, so that will set up a 3rd down and 6. And the Red Rocketeers use their second 30-second timeout with 36 seconds left. Donnie Johnson talking things over with Reed Holden, who came up with a big play to start this game, recovering the kickoff that bounced off one of the front men for the Shamrocks. North Attleboro converted, picking up 6 points, and North Attleboro will use yet another timeout. Tyler Sellner on the stop. Isaiah Douglas on the carry. So a 4th down and 5 coming up, and Bishop Feehan will punt the football away with 30 seconds left.
Yeah, totally agree with everything that Bishop Feehan did right there. If you break a tackle, you pick up the 1st down, great. You get into halftime with a 14-7. You get confidence for your football team. But if you're North Attleboro, you played it right. You play good, sound defense. You use your timeouts. Then you're in a situation offensively going to get the ball back, get a highly explosive offense, and maybe you get a couple looks down the field and maybe even get in position to kick a field goal. Something we haven't seen from the Rocketeers this season.
I don't know if Matt Allen is capable of punting the ball toward the sideline, but
not a bad idea to do it, though.
Yeah, because Alex Jetty is always one touch of the football away from scoring a touchdown.
Nice punt.
Great punt, great catch by Tyler Sellner. Sellner to the 25. Will be brought down. Huge hit at the 37-yard line.
14.
On the stop for the Shamrocks. Check this one out. Peter Hamill delivering a hammer to Tyler Sellner. Here it comes. Wow.
Sellner trying to lean his right shoulder in. Hamill wanted nothing to do with it. He buried him into the ground.
So 17 seconds left. Red Rocketeers.
The Shamrocks want to keep this play in front of you and make some tackles.
North with 2 timeouts left. Perrin under pressure, throwing downfield, almost intercepted by Zach Forget. And had Forget held on to that football, he would have had at least 20 yards of open field.
How about Forget, though? I mean, he's listed in the program as a defensive end, and we've seen him as a defensive end lined up defensively. He's dropping down 20, 30 yards down the field, kind of like in a prevent defense. Almost comes up with the interception, really, to ice the first half for the Shamrocks, and he's more than capable. He's got very good hands in the tight end offensively for the Shamrocks.
Perrin, again out of the shotgun. Out of the shotgun pretty much the entire half with the exception of that fumble down at the 1-yard line. Here goes Jetty turning on the Jets to the 40, to the 30. Will be caught down from behind at the 26-yard line as the half comes to a close. Kurt Smith's heart was racing almost as fast as Alex Jetty's feet were moving. 14-7, North leads Feehan, but by only a touchdown. Back with our halftime report after this.
A Town of Faith on North TV takes you inside the many churches that make up the spiritual fabric of North Attleboro. We'll take you on a tour of the building and grounds, as well as delve into the historical aspects that make each congregation so unique. We'll talk to the clergymen and women of each church to get a feel for not only the physical aspects of the church, but also the basic spiritual beliefs behind each religion. A Town of Faith, exclusively on North TV's Community Channel, Comcast Channel 15, and Verizon Channel 24.
You promised me the world. Is this what you had in mind?
Every choice we make has a consequence. Help EarthShare and its members restore balance to the world. Visit earthshare.org and see what you can do. EarthShare, one environment, one simple way to care for it.
14-7 is our score at the half. The North Attleboro cheerleaders performing to their fans over on the far side. 14-7, let's see how we got that way. North Attleboro's first possession, 6:17 left in the first. Ryan Perrin, a 26-yard TD pass to Mike Lambert. The Hunter PAT gave the Red Rocketeers a 7-0 lead. Here comes a costly turnover. How costly? It would later cost the Red Rocketeers 7 points. Ryan Perrin never getting the snap. And then a couple of plays later, Matt Pisano from 2 yards out. The Matt Allen PAT made it 7-7 with 3:13 left in the quarter. And now, second quarter. Hunter Dwayne Hunter Jr. fighting for yardage, would not be denied. They would mark him down at the 4. And then, next play, it's Lambert's second TD of the half, going in from 4 yards out. The Hunter PAT gives North the 14-7 lead. 1 score is the difference. Statistics-wise, this is a blowout. Matt has those. Matt?
For North Attleboro, Alex Jetty has 5 carries for 42 yards and 2 catches for 31 yards. Dwayne Hunter has 8 carries for 43 yards. Ryan Parent is 5 for 6 for 63 yards passing and 1 touchdown. And Mike Lambert has 2 catches for 30 yards and 1 touchdown. North Attleboro has 176 yards on offense. For Bishop Feehan, Matt Pizzano has 3 carries for 14 yards. Nick Romero is 0 for 1 passing, and Bishop Feehan has 14 yards on offense.
176 yards of total offense for the Red Rocketeers, only 14 yards of total offense for Feehan. Feehan lucky to be down by only 7 when you look at those stats, but 2 turnovers.
Yeah, the turnovers have been big for North Attleboro, and it's allowed really Bishop Feehan to stay in the ball game. Peter, this North Attleboro team, they average over 500 yards of total offense a game, and they run the ball really well. And we haven't seen that tonight because Bishop Feehan, give them credit. Give Bishop Feehan credit. They've come out defensively. They've taken away the corner. That's something we haven't seen North Attleboro have to deal with this year. Let's see how they respond in the second half.
We will see how they respond in the second half. 14-7, Red Rocketeers with the lead. They will get the ball to start out third quarter play. We'll show you the kickoff when we come back.
North Attleboro High School alumni, ever wish you could see your high school graduation once again? North TV, in conjunction with North Attleboro High School, is happy to present Education Channel Flashback, graduations, theater performances, and special events from decades past. Resurrected and aired on North TV's Education Channel. These programs were originally recorded by North Attleboro High School's video production students and staff and are brought to you by North TV's Education Channel, Comcast Channel 9, and Verizon Channel 22. North TV, bringing the community into your home.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many. But what if you've had just one too many? Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Matt Allen kicking off to start out second half play. Kick will come down to Tyler Selner at the 18-yard line. Selner trying to squeeze through a hole at the 25. The scrum will push forward to the 28-yard line, and that's where North Attleboro will start out first down and 10. Steve, thanks to turnovers, the Red Rocketeers, with only a 7-point lead, Shamrocks will certainly take that, being down by only 7, but I would think if North comes down and scores here, Feehan's in trouble.
Oh yeah, no, I agree, and I really think you give. We're talking about the turnovers, and some of them were unforced turnovers, but give Bishop Feehan credit. Defensively, they haven't given up the big play, and they've taken the outside rush, which has been very, very big part of the offense of the Rocketeers away.
Play action to Lambert. Perrin steps up, that's Jetty wide open. Jetty in the open field will be brought down, and what an open field tackle. The number was bunched up. I believe it was Isaiah Douglas. First down and 10. Not many people are capable of making a tackle like this in the open field against Alex Jetty.
Yeah, it's a nice job. We've seen a number of times. Isaiah Douglas, he's a junior this year. Last year he contributed quite a bit, and now as a junior he's able to step up and take down a very good player.
Lambert, a cut. Lambert into the open field. Lambert trying to get around Allen, will be wrestled down. One thing I have been very impressed with, Steve, is Feehan's tackling. They're not missing a lot of tackles.
I totally agree. You look at the first 2 games that North played, and LaSalle, they just couldn't. I mean, their offense, again, I truly believe is one of the best offenses North will see all season. We haven't seen another team, and even tonight, put so much pressure on North's defense. And BC High, they just didn't tackle well between LaSalle and BC High. Tonight, the Shamrocks, they tackle. I mean, they've done a nice job, and Kurt Smith and his staff can definitely take that away from the first half.
Red Rocketeers moving the football to start out second half play. Hunter will be stacked up, no gain on the play, a penalty marker down, and if this is holding, it will push the Red Rocketeers back to the 43-yard line and set up a first down and 20. It will.
I just want to mention Sean Peters is not in the game right now. One of the co-captains of North Attleboro. Replacing him is Chicumba, who received defensive end. He's had a nice season defensively. We haven't seen him offensively for an extended period of time, but he's obviously the third tackle in for the Rocketeers. You see number 74 on your screen right there. That'd be a big loss for North Attleboro moving forward. Hopefully Sean Peters is able to come back into the game either tonight or next week.
Sean Peters, 6'4", 240. Yeah, you certainly miss a player like that, especially with his leadership as well. First and 20, handoff will come. No, it won't go to Hunter. Perrin will throw over the middle. Lambert wide open. Lambert to the 20. Lambert will go into the end zone. Touchdown. Penalty. Not much for the Red Rocketeers.
Mike Lambert, I mean, he's found the end zone a few times tonight. And right there, you see Lambert underneath, basically just kind of running a little drag across the field. Perrin doesn't wait, sets his feet, throws underneath, wide open into the flats. Coming on the drag across the field was Lambert. And once he's open, he's just got so much breakaway speed. He knows where the end zone is and finds it once again. Rocketeers extend their lead.
Hunter to attempt the PAT. His kick is up and it is good. They're not booming kicks.
That's one thing, Peter, we've seen. I mean, Hunter's getting the job done. And you see a replay of the game, replay of the touchdown. So Lambert basically starting from that right wing position, just off the line of scrimmage. Again, that little drag across the field, wide open in the flats. And Perrin doing a great job of finding him wide open. The passing game, Peter, has really improved from week 1, 2 to week 3. They've really been effective throwing the ball tonight.
Mike Lambert's third touchdown of this game. People were talking about Jetty, talking about Hunter, but it's Lambert with the 3 touchdowns tonight. 2 through the air, a 26-yard TD pass in the first from Perrin, a 4-yard TD run at the close of the second quarter, and now in the third with 9:21 left, a 43-yard hookup.
Peter, these backs are so versatile. You look at Jetty. I mean, right now he's got 42 yards of rushing and another 51 yards of receiving. Mike Lambert, he's got now 73 yards of receiving and 40 yards of running, and Hunter's got another 43 on the ground. I mean, this is just a triple play of offense out of the backfield, whether they're on the wing or running the ball.
Allen will return it up to the 28-yard line. So the Shamrocks, for the first time in this game, now trail by 2 scores. .9:14 left, third quarter. Repositioning the monitor, Steve, so it's a little bit more visible. There's a wide section of the field that I have a tough time seeing, so I'm actually calling the majority of this game off the monitor. So why I did not do that at halftime, I have no idea. Matt Allen on the carry will pick up 2 yards. It'll be a 2nd down and 8 coming up.
Now this is where that North defense is taken over. They've really controlled the play of the last 2 games, not allowing any touchdowns against BC High last week and allowing just that one, and really in territory. It was on a fumble where Bishop Feehan took over the ball at North Attleboro's 2-yard line, punched it in after a couple of plays.
Pass near side complete, but not much of a run after the catch. Christian Cook, appropriate name for a Bishop Feehan team.
Yeah, Christian Cook is sophomore, 6 feet 151, but look at that play by Alex Jetty, just fighting off the block of Agnello, and then once you see that, Jetty just meeting the play, meeting the challenge.
So 3rd down and 7, as you can see, for the Shamrocks. And they really need a first down here, Steve.
Oh, no question. Peter, we talked about the pregame. Keep that offense of the Rocketeers off the field. They've dodged a few bullets. Can't get the ball back to him so quick here in the 3rd.
Cook in motion to the near side. Rocketeers look like they might have been off sides there. Handoff will come up in the middle. Salmon on the carry will be stopped shy of the first down. 4th down and 4 coming up. Was it up? No, I wasn't even close.
Yeah, it's just one of those quick hitters by Selman up the middle, and picked up some positive yards, but not enough to move the chain, so it's going to force a punt situation. See Matt Allen, he's touched the ball more as a punter tonight than he has as a running back.
Feehan now with 21 yards of total offense. Allen, boy, he gets some great punts away. Taken by Sellner at the 31. Sellner will be brought down after a return of only 7 yards. On the stop for the Shamrocks, Desmond Cornetta.
Yeah, Cornetta's been in a couple of special teams play, and Sellner doing a good job fielding the ball. Cornetta all over this. Take the legs away. Peter, you mentioned it. The Shamrocks have done an excellent job of tackling tonight. And the score doesn't indicate it, but that's one thing that the Rocketeers have been able to do, really scrape away and break a tackle here and there, but the Shamrocks have done a nice job of corralling that, not allow that to happen just maybe a few times to Hunter Jr.
1st down and 10, 6:53 left. Lambert able to gain 4 yards on a play that looked like it was going nowhere, so a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Well, choose your weapon, huh, Steve?
I tell you, you look at it's really a 3-headed monster back there with Hunter Jr., Jetty, and Lambert. And you're right, Peter. You mentioned 4 because Perrin. I mean, Perrin's more than capable of throwing the ball and also running up the middle. He's been very impressive handling the ball. This is being only his 3rd game of varsity experience.
Perrin calling these signals. Perrin will keep it himself right on cue. Will dive forward to about the 46-yard line. So a 3rd down and 2 coming up. Perrin in the victory over LaSalle Academy had 15 carries for 36 yards. And then in the victory last week over BC High with 11 carries, 42 yards. Doesn't pick up the type of yardage as the other guys, but keeps the defense honest.
He's the fullback of this offense. I mean, he really creates the middle between the tackles, and you might think, 3 or 4 yards average, that's not very good for all those carries, but he keeps the defense just enough off balance where it allows for the sweep to happen with Lambert or Jetty or Hunter. And we've seen Hunter run between the tackles very effective too.
Kurt Smith calling a timeout, and I like that timeout. 3rd down and 2, you're down by 2. If you can stop North here, they'd have to punt the football away. This is a big play for the Shamrocks, and you could see Hunter talking to Allen, laughing during that timeout, keeping it very loose over on the sidelines. I talk to Kurt Smith twice a year, usually the night of this game, and then we usually end up sitting together at the head table at the Football Hall of Fame banquet the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Real nice guy. Actually, all the coaches in our area, nice guys. Alex Jetty to the 50. You don't get any nicer than Donnie Johnson.
No, I tell you, they're all fantastic coaches. We're very fortunate to have such an event with the Hall of Fame banquet. It's players like this that we might see someday. Alex Jetty, who's just had a fantastic season. You got Agnello and on that tackle, and also Forget for Bishop Feehan, but very fortunate, the student athlete in this area between Duchesne's at Attleboro, Coach Johnson and Coach Smith, they do a fantastic job of putting the kids in position to make plays. And coaches themselves are very fortunate to have such good athletes around them.
Perrin, the pass incomplete. Getting up slowly over on the far side, Alex Jetty. Alex Jetty on the night, 46 yards rushing, an average of 7.7 on 6 carries. And as a receiver with 51 yards, so 97 yards of total offense. And Steve, last week against BC High, 134 on the ground, another 57 receiving yards, so that would be what, 141, 191. The week before was simply a monster game. We had him, I think, for like 235 at halftime. The week before against LaSalle Academy, 264 rushing, and through the air, another 88. So that's impressive. 352. And tonight, held to less than 100. Perrin sets up the screen. Hunter with a blocker will be brought down. Isaiah Douglas, the big stop again in the open field. Tell you, Steve, we have seen LaSalle, BC High, and North, and now Feehan. Those 4 teams, Feehan might be the best tackling team we've seen.
There's no question about that. And right there, set up the screen, and you got the perfect situation. But when you create a screen situation, and you have to have defensive backs and linebackers kind of to sniff that out, and Isaiah, he just does a fantastic job of sniffing that out. And open field tackle against Hunter Jr. How many times, Peter, have we seen Hunter Jr. break 4 or 5 tackles, never mind 1?
3rd down and 10. Red Rocketeers looking to keep this drive going. Handoff to Jetty. That's always a good choice. Jetty will get down to the 42-yard line, so it will be a 4th down and 2. And an interesting call here. Feehan's offense has shown nothing tonight. Might as well go for it.
I think you do go for it. You don't want to open the door for Feehan to get back into the game, because they've had the only good field position they've had all night is when North fumbled the ball at their own goal line. But they're going to punt the ball away, it looks, unless it's going to be a fake. If it's going to be a fake, I think you don't run a fake with your punt team out there. You just run your offense.
Well, Alex Jetty, I don't know if you read the quote this week in the newspaper on the bad snap last week. He said, whenever I get a bad snap, I'm looking to take off.
Boy, that was a huge play. 26 yards. That was, to me, the play of the game last week. It looked like a 20-point blowout, but that was a tight game when that happened in the 4th.
Bad snap. This time Jetty will punt it. I thought for sure he was going to take off. Kick will land at the 2.
Oh, nice. Good effort by Sellner.
Great effort by Tyler Sellner. Tried to bat it back into the field of play, unable to do so, and Feehan will take over at their own 20-yard line. So go for it on 4th and 2, punt the football away. I think you hit it on the head when you said you don't want to give Feehan, first of all, if they stuff North Attleboro, they get the ball at the 41, 42, but the big emotional boost that would give.
Yeah, I think overall that was the right call. And, again, that's the North coaching staff putting the kids in position to win the game. That's clock management, managing the game, knowing your personnel. Challenge the kids, but you have a great defense and take advantage of it.
Douglas in motion, takes the pitch, will be brought down from behind, I believe. The ankle tackle by, what did they say, Sean Chikamba is what they call him, as opposed to Taka Azwa. Sean, I like Sean much better.
Yeah, Chikamba, though, he's just crashing down the middle. One of the players getting some extra time right here is Sam Conley. We've seen him in a few of the games, especially the first game against LaSalle, filling in for Sean Peters, who still is on the sideline for North Attleboro.
Long count again. Play action. They'll set up a screen for Allen, and actually it's not a screen. Not sure if that was a broken play, but that was ugly. 3rd and 9.
Trying to look for the big target. Forget down that right sideline, right in front of North Attleboro's bench, and that was basically a jump ball. Romero just trying to get rid of the ball because Chicumba was bearing down on him. Alex Jetty was kind of positioned himself to make the play, and also for North Attleboro in on that play was number 8, Dan Cummings, who's had a big, I believe, fumble recovery last week at BC High, crucial part of the game.
So 3rd down and 9 for the Shamrocks with only 22 yards of total offense all night long.
Wow. Uh-oh.
Romero running for his life. Will be brought down at the 31-yard line, and he is going to have the first down.
One of the biggest plays of the game for the Shamrock, and it looked like Romero might go down to the sack, and a lot of pressure up the sideline. You got Beckwith, you got Carmichael, number 77, and Chicumba. They kind of overran the play. Rodriguez comes in to fill it up, but not before a big first down, moved the chains for the Shamrocks.
Rodriguez looked like he was trying to strip the football away.
Yeah, he's a headsy player. You know, we've seen him all season long.
Last week he did it against BC High.
Big strip and special teams defense. He's you can see he's more than willing to be on the field and very active and always around the ball.
Inside of 90 seconds in the 3rd quarter. Feehan with, I believe, their first down of the night. No? Second first down. Matt Allen with some room around the corner will get up to the 36-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, so a 2nd and 5 coming up.
Shamrock team 43 carries last week running the ball. Only 3 passes, 218 yards of running offense. And a big part of that was Matt Allen. Tonight he's carried the ball 4 times for a total of 9 yards. Yards are not easy to come by against this Rocketeer team.
Yeah, last week, 23 carries, 124 yards.
Wow.
Second and 5 for the Shamrocks. Romero will be swallowed up. Chicumba brings down Romero, a loss of, they're going to mark it a loss of 2 on the play. So a 3rd down and 7 coming up for Bishop Feehan, and that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Chicumba does a great job, and Romero's got to get rid of that ball. Reed holding in on that play, shoot the gap in the middle. And, you know, Isaiah Douglas was coming around on that pitch, the little option. He had an opportunity to get him the ball, and if he would have got the ball right there, some big things could have happened for the Shamrocks.
11 minutes left. Red Rocketeers extended their lead in the 3rd. It's now at 14.
Senior Beat, the monthly program that spotlights our community's senior citizens and the issues that are important to them. Join Pam Hunt, Executive Director of the North Attleboro Council on Aging, as she explores topics vital to the health and happiness of this great generation. Special guests, info on upcoming events, and front row access to programs put on by the Senior Center make this a show you can't afford to miss. Senior Beat, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on North TV's Community Channel, Comcast Channel 15, and Verizon Channel 24.
To the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, the USO is home. The USO depends on the generosity of the American people. Donate today at USO.org.
21-7 is our score. 3rd and 7 coming up for the Shamrocks. Now trailing by 2 touchdowns in this one.
Peter, I mean, arguably, you look at Bishop Feehan, Coach Smith, they've done an excellent job preparing for this game. They haven't given up the big play, and all season for the Rocketeers, it's been big plays. That's really been the difference. They've had some great drives, and tonight they've had a few that have resulted in touchdowns. Give the Shamrocks a lot of credit, though. This team is ready to play, and this Rocketeer team is one of the best teams in the state.
Allen loses the football. I think we're going to get a face mask penalty called. That will be a 15-yarder and will result in a first down. North coaching staff, couple steps out on the field. Let's see if indeed that was the call. Yeah, that should have been about a 45-yard penalty. Looked like a scene out of the original Exorcist movie. Really a costly penalty.
Yeah.
So, first down number 3.
Been a lot of penalties tonight, though, Peter.
Yeah, there have been. Has Feehan had a penalty? Matt Luigi doesn't have any there.
3 total. That's pretty impressive for high
Seems
school
like
football.
more than that, doesn't it? Romero running for his life. Little pitch pass. Oh, what a pass to Douglas. Douglas following the scrum all the way up to, where was he marked down? I have no idea. A penalty marker is down at the end of that play. Now they're spotting the ball at the 46-yard line, and if that's the case, it would be a pickup of 6, but Douglas ended up all the way down to the 38. This one will be a good one to watch on replay. Well, these officials take a long time in making calls, don't they? An eligible man downfield against the Shamrocks, which would make sense.
Yeah, because you're setting up a screen.
Yeah, at that
Combo
point,
once again.
At that point, the line takes off.
Yeah.
And you could see, well, that was Forget coming back. Now,
I'm not really sure why they
yeah, why did they
mark
him down at the 45?
That's not even close. I mean, it didn't look like Isaiah Douglas touched the ground anywhere near the 45. I mean, it's a moot point because play's coming back.
Well, they still haven't marked off the penalty yet. Well, it looks.
Well, it is because it's. Oh, they're marking it from where the player was? I don't quite understand that, but. Because if it was down the field more where he landed at the 38, 39-yard line, it'd be 1st and 5 or 6 instead of basically 1st and 10 again.
Donnie Johnson is looking for an explanation. Now let's see where he catches the ball. And the officials are talking again. I think this is, he caught the ball at the 49-yard line.
There's no question that there's illegal people downfield.
I mean, he's still moving. I mean, he should be down at the 39-yard line. Now, I believe this should be enforced at the line of scrimmage, which would be a 1st down and 15. I feel like I'm watching last week's Monday Night Football game.
These guys were the same officiating crew from last week's Monday Night Football.
Can you read lips, Steve? Well, now they are marking it where we thought they should have marked it, so a 1st down and 15.
Yeah, because basically the play's blown dead at that point. So from the original spot of the foul, or the original.
Well, the play still goes forward because if Douglas had fumbled,
yes.
North could have ran it in for a touchdown. So that's why you let the play go.
I still don't know if they got that right, but I don't know the answer to that one.
I believe that is the right enforcement of the penalty. Romero scrambling will get to the 45. They'll mark it at the 46-yard line. So a 2nd down and 12 coming up. Let's hope there's no more penalties that we have to sit through, because that was painful.
Or try to figure out, for that matter.
And we should mention, out of fairness to the officials, this is not their full-time job, you know.
No.
And it's not as easy a job as it looks from the broadcast booth. Feehan will take a timeout. I believe that's their second of the second half.
But there's 5 officials out there, Peter. And they get paid to do the job.
Well, the only question would be, why was there confusion about how to enforce the penalty?
Yeah.
I mean, and the spot that they marked it off from 5 yards downfield, was that where the lineman was? So they were marking from.
I was looking at that in one of the replays, and Douglas was still down inside the 40.
Well, enough about that. 2nd down and 12.
Moving on.
Offset eye for the Shamrocks. Romero positioning his receiver, so one would think this is a pass play. That usually gives it away, huh? Down and out to Christian Cook is off the mark, and a 3rd down and 12. It's usually a sign that it's a down and out when the quarterback's saying a little bit closer, a little bit closer.
You know, Coach Smith, it's going to be a dilemma here. You're down 21-7. You know you don't have enough time to keep running the ball. But also, if you throw the ball, and if you don't make it, the clock stops. If you give it back on downs, you get that high-powered offense back on the field. Tough position. That's why when you're a good team, you always want to play ahead, and that's what North has been able to do all season.
Draw. Allen with some room. Allen will get up to the 47-yard line. And now with a 4th down and 5 coming up, will they punt the football away or will they go for it? Punt the football away. There's the possibility of a turnover deep in North territory. And that is indeed what they will do.
See Rodriguez hobbling off to the sideline. Hopefully he's okay as he takes a seat just out of bounds at the 50.
Allen, who has had some booming kicks tonight, will kick it. Fair catch called for by Tyler Selman. So the 14-yard line is where the Red Rocketeers will start this drive with 8:14 left.
Perrin, who hobbled off to the sideline after the last possession. See him making his way back onto the field. That's good news for the Rocketeers. Thinking about Perrin this year, I mean, even when there's a little bit of diversity or issues when he has thrown a pick, he's always bounced back, and that senior leadership and understanding of the game and getting another opportunity, he's done such a good job of bouncing back and leading his team down for the score.
Perrin, handoff to Hunter. Hunter grabbed immediately. The waiting arms of Christopher Berth will be a loss. No, they'll get him back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10. tell you one thing, Steve. This Feehan sideline, the student body, is probably one of the loudest we've seen. A lot of school spirit being shown.
I totally agree. You look to our left out of the press box. Active from the beginning of the game all through halftime, and a lot of things to be excited about. You look across from us as you see Perrin with a big run, just short of the first down. But there's also a really good crowd on the north side filling up the visitors' bleachers tonight. A lot of people along the fence just beyond the track.
One of the Red Rocketeers. Looks like
it's Perrin.
Ryan Perrin. Looks like a cramp. Why is it only North kids cramp up?
It's the water.
It's that North Attleboro water, huh? You think so?
That's what you told me.
I mean, 2 weeks ago against LaSalle Academy, North, I think 4 or 5 North players cramped up, not one from LaSalle Academy. Last week, BC High, neither team cramped up, and now tonight, here comes Perrin again.
I tell you what, though, if you get a good cramp, that's one of the most painful things that can happen. And going to get an opportunity here, maybe to see the backup for North Attleboro step into the game with Perrin. Unless North Attleboro calls a timeout, Perrin's going to have to come out of at least for one play.
Some of my classmates from the Bishop Feehan class of '77 joining us in the booth. John Perry, Paul Lynch, Gene Morrell, Tony Sirocco. "35 years ago, graduated from Bishop Feehan, Stephen. You were what? 3 years old at the time?
I'm 38, so I was 3. So
I ever tell you how much I hate you?
You do quite often, actually. I'm okay with it, though.
Don't forget the Red Rocketeers in action Friday night at the Hearn Middle School field in Foxborough. North TV will have that one for you at the usual times. Now, there is a possibility that we will not be able to televise that game. If that is the case, we'll get a copy of the game from Foxborough Cable, and if that is the case, we would not be able to show it to you until Wednesday at the earliest. But hopefully, we will be able to televise that game as we have in the past. Whenever a new AD comes to an opposing school, you just never know. And it's not as if we could set up in the opposing stands like we did at BC High last week, because the stands on the visitor side at Ahern School Field go, what, 3 rows up?
Yeah,
that's about it.
See Perrin up, walking off. Good to see.
You might want to drink some Attleboro water while he's here.
That's probably an ongoing joke, and I know the trainers do such a good job of preparing these kids along with the coaches from North Attleboro, and they kind of all mystified an article a couple weeks ago in the paper with the different cramps, as you alluded to, Peter. Not sure what the reasoning is, but whatever the case, North has had to deal with it, especially early in the season. We got a new quarterback into the game.
James Comer, a junior at 5'9", 140. 140, that's small for a quarterback. So it will be a 1st down and 10. After the injury, they did measure, and Perrin did have enough for the 1st down. Caught me by surprise. Handoff to Hunter. Hunter turning the corner. Hunter able to pick up a couple of yards on the play. A penalty marker down. We will await the call from the official. This might be a timely call, as in it did not take a lot of time. Let's see if we can pick up the hold. So it will result in a, once again, there's some confusion as to how this one will be enforced. Spot foul or from the line of scrimmage? Now, my understanding is if it's behind the line of scrimmage, the penalty is enforced from the line of scrimmage. If it's downfield, you enforce the penalty from the spot. So it should be a first down and 20, and after a discussion, they do get the call right. I don't think I've ever seen this much discussion on enforcing
it's kind of
penalties.
ridiculous. It really, just like the NFL we've talked about on weekends, it just slows the tempo of the game. It's just not good.
First down and 20. Broken play, which is not a surprise with a new quarterback in the game, Cummer. Cummer turned to his left. Lambert, I believe it was, went to the right. And Cummer did the smart thing and get down as quickly as possible. A loss of 1 on the play, so it will now be a second down and 21 for the Red Rocketeers. But what they are doing here is killing time.
Yeah, they are. And Mitchell Martin, his eyes lit up when he looked up, and Cummer still had the ball. 6'4", 276 senior. It was all over Cummer. Quickly taking him down the backfield for the sack.
Cummer will keep it himself. Yet another penalty.
We only had 2 penalties in the first half, and there's a number of them here in the second half. We'll see what kind of conversation we have for this one.
Illegal motion. No holding, excuse me. So that would be half the distance to the goal line. And number 50 was being held, you could see. Seamus Cuddy. And they will decline the penalty, and that will set up a third down and 21. Because had Feehan taken the penalty, it would not have been a full 10-yard penalty. It would have been half the distance to the goal line back inside the 7, which would have resulted in a second down and 27. So Feehan will instead go with the third down and 21. I like that decision. Unless Kurt Smith said, guys, we're going to decline it to speed the game up.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much. Lambert brought down in the backfield. Matt Glebus took Lambert out, I believe, at the knee while fighting a block.
Yeah, great job breaking the tackle and, well, I should say the block right there, and taking down Lambert. Great job by Glebus.
Not only, Steve, would that penalty have only been 6.5 yards, but North would have had another 25 seconds to kill on the clock.
Good point. Tell you, Feehan's done an excellent job of taking away the sweep that North's been so effective. So if it's a copycat league here, other teams are going to look at this.
Block punt, Shamrocks. Will they recover? They will, but it will be at the 2-yard line. Matt Glebus, who just made the tackle, recovers the blocked punt. I'm not sure who it was who blocked it. We will know in a second. Alex Jetty, good snap. And the last number was 44, it looks like, which would have been Benjamin Kenny. Benjamin Kenny, the block punt. Let's see if the Red Rocketeers can deny
Same
the
play they scored.
Matt Pisano makes it a 21-13 game.
How about opportunistic offense here? I mean, short field, the Shamrocks, they come back to what they did when they scored the first touchdown, and Pisano off the left side, finding some room just on the inside of the tackle. Second touchdown of the game. One touchdown game, even though North has dominated Bishop Feehan's hanging around with just under 47 yards of total offense. Wishbone attack. Romero Pisano touchdown.
Steve, you might have been able to run through that hole.
I think I might have tripped and been able to get through that hole. That was a nice job by that offensive line. And they found something successful there, and you just keep going right back to it. That's good old-fashioned football. You do it right, keep going until you stop it.
Steve, I'm stunned.
I really am stunned too. I mean, a great lesson's being had on that Rocketeer sideline, though, that you got to play a full game, and North hasn't done that tonight. It's really been breakdowns, not so much the defense. The defense has really been stellar, giving up again total of 47 total yards of offense. The offense has fumbled, and the special teams now, which is really one of those things that we haven't seen North struggle with in a number of years, gives up the block punt. Fans within one.
Red Rocketeers prepared for an onside kick. Shamrocks, textbook onside kick. Ball is loose. Looks like the Red Rocketeers recovered.
Wow, what an that was perfect bounce.
That was exactly as you draw it up. And on the recovery for the Red Rocketeers, Matt Titilio.
Right there, you get past 10 yards, the bounce off a North Attleboro player.
Douglas had it.
Loose. Douglas reaches, but not sure who recovered, Peter, for North Attleboro, but they were able to hop on that.
I believe it was Titilio. Now watch Douglas. It looks like he's trying to pick up the ball and run with it here.
Oh, just through his legs.
Bill Buckner.
Ooh, so close for the Shamrocks, but good news for the Rocketeers. You got Ryan Perrin back into the game to try to create some stability in their offense, move the ball down, and get out of here with a victory.
As Steve mentioned, Perrin back in the game. A carry of 1 yard on the play. It'll be a 2nd down and 9. Hunter now 10 carries, 44 yards. Jetty leads the way with 54 yards, and then Lambert with 39, but 3 touchdowns.
Peter, North rushing against BC High last week. 373 the week before against LaSalle. 513 tonight. Only 159.
I believe that was Jetty on the carry. It was. He'll get down to the 49-yard line. So a 3rd down and 6 coming up. Feehan with, I believe, 3 timeouts left.
So a team that averages over 400 yards of offense, rushing the ball is at 162 tonight. And the effectiveness of Bishop Feehan taking away the outside is really causing some problems and making this high-powered offense of North Attleboro sputter a little bit. If you're North Attleboro, you really want, let's punch one more in here and end this game.
Crucial 3rd down. Perrin will keep it himself. Shamrocks in pursuit. Douglas, another big tackle. 4th down and 5 coming up. Red Rocketeers will be forced to punt it away. And Bishop Feehan will take a timeout with 2:15 left.
Yeah, Isaiah Douglas comes up and he blows this play up pretty quick. 21, big time hit, taking down Jetty, driving him to the ground. Little celebration after with his teammates and his coaching staff. Well deserved, a great play by Isaiah Douglas.
Steve, this is not only the best tackling team I've seen this season, but best tackling team I've seen in a number of seasons.
Oh, you know, they're making plays as Bishop Feehan. And North Attleboro, we're going to get another look at this sensational play by Douglas. Got Jetty on the outside. It just really kind of blowing this play up, and big time hit. Get your legs low and your big solid hit.
Matt Glebus dove from the right side and believe would have been able to trip up Perrin, but Douglas delivering the statement. So 4 plays after having Actually, it would be 5 plays after having a punt blocked. Alex Jetty will step back to punt again. Shamrocks have one lone man back. That's Matt Allen. You just saw him. Bad snap. And Jetty's knee touched the ground. So Feehan will get the football at the 40-yard line. Actually, should be the 39. Tell you, Steve, Feehan has played a heck of a game, but North Attleboro cannot keep playing football like this.
Yeah.
5 turnovers last week, a number of mistakes tonight. You do that later on in the season against the powers from the Hockomock League.
Yeah, they're playing Fan tonight. No disrespect to Fan because they've come to play. If you're playing a KP or a Mansfield, this game is one-sided in the other direction in North Attleboro.
Shamrocks passing,
Interception.
intercepted.
Nice.
Or was it? It was caught. No, it was caught.
Wow.
Alex Richardson with the catch.
Boy, that surely looked like Jetty had the ball right there.
In hindsight, would have been better off being an incomplete pass because actually they did mark it an incomplete pass. My mistake.
Yeah, the ball was on the ground right there. Boy, that was that was close.
Second down and 10.
Exciting game, Peter.
Much more exciting than I thought it was going to be. A little too exciting for the Red Rocketeer fans. Romero passing, had a man wide open. Michael Agnello was wide open, would have probably had enough room to pick up a first down and get out of bounds. The pass sailed on Romero.
Yeah, you're North Attleboro. You're going to feel pretty confident with your defense on the field. Only giving up 47 total yards. I know 2 touchdowns, but both those touchdowns were 2 yards or less off turnovers.
Third down and 10. 2:03 remaining. Romero has time. Now scrambling, will be brought down from behind. A big play. Harrison Carmichael and a 4th down. And where will they mark it? At the line of scrimmage. 4th down and 10. And Kurt Smith was not happy with Romero there. He wanted him, I think, to be more patient.
Yeah, he kind of snuck up on that view right there. We didn't quite see down the field. Looked like he might have had a player open. Big 4th down play.
So Feehan will take a timeout. They have what, 1 remaining, Steve?
I believe just 1.
Here it is.
Yeah, really, Romero could have stayed in the pocket a little bit more. He wasn't going to be able to run for it. He did have some options down the field.
Yeah, Allen.
Kind of tucked it up too quick.
Allen back on the weak side appeared to be open. So 4th down and 10 for the Shamrocks, 1:39 left. Bishop Feehan next week will be at Medway to take on the Mustangs. They travel to Barrington, Rhode Island on Friday, October 5th, a 7 o'clock start. We will see the Shamrocks on Saturday, October 10th, a 1 o'clock start at Taunton's Hopewell Park. They take on Coyle Cassidy. Home to Martha's Vineyard, a big one on the 27th. They have a bye week. November 2nd at Durfee. Saturday, November 10th at Somerset Berkeley, and then they play Bishop Stang here at McGrath on Thanksgiving Day. 4th down and 10. Romero under pressure, throws, passes caught, but the pass underthrown, and Michael Agnello, in making the catch, had no choice but to go down to one knee. It will be a 4-yard pickup on the play, but a 1st down and 10 now for the Red Rocketeers.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where if you're the receiver, you have to get beyond the 1st down. There's no reason to stop short. That's the 4th down play right there. And Agnello, just a little button outside there, a little curl, and clearly short.
So 1st down and 10 with 1:33 left. And the question is, how many timeouts does Feehan have? I believe they have 1. Jetty in motion, handoff to Jetty. Jetty will pick up 3 yards on the carry, and Feehan will immediately call timeout. Now, hopefully, if it is indeed Feehan's last timeout, they will signal as such. In years past, when that was the case, the official would make a choo-choo signal. He's doing it now. The train is coming in. Either that or he looks like a kid when a semi drives by.
Yeah. Get the horn going. That's a nice sound effect.
Thank you, Steve. We bought that one this week. So now, if you're the Red Rocketeers, 1:26 left, and you go down on one knee, it would take the officials, next snap would not have to be till about 45 seconds. One more snap, chances are you would not have to punt the football away. My guess is they'll run the football here, try to pick up the 1st down. But North Attleboro, their inability to take care of the football tonight, any exchange is scary. Jetty will get up to the 40-yard line. They will spot the ball. And
Feehan trying to strip this ball away here as Jetty.
Boy, could they walk any slower?
Right here, they're just going for the ball, not even really the tackle right there. That's last resort for the Shamrocks. That took a lot of time to set that ball.
Took them, what, almost 20 seconds to spot that ball? Which, as an official, you are supposed to do it at the same pace you've been doing so all game long. In the NFL, they'll hurry because the NFL is about entertainment and dramatic comebacks. Here on the high school level and college level, it's the same pace. Lambert will keep it, and that will be the last play of the game. That being said, and having not had to run a play, North fortunate they did not turn the ball over there. So North Attleboro will improve to 3-0. They're done with the Catholic portion of their schedule. Now they go up against public schools and Hockomock League schools at that. At Foxborough Friday night. Matt Luigi with the final statistics. Matthew?
For North Attleboro, Ryan Perrin was 8 for 10 for 127 yards passing with 2 touchdowns. Alex Jetty had 12 carries for 50 yards and 3 catches for 51 yards. Mike Lambert had 7 carries for 39 yards and 3 catches for 73 yards and 3 total touchdowns. Nick Romero was 2 for 7 for 7 yards passing. Matt Allen had 5 carries for 16 yards passing. Feehan had 52 yards of total offense to North Attleboro's 279.
Thank you, Matt. Final thought from Steve Houle. Steve?
Yeah, give Feehan a lot of credit. They came to play tonight. They're opportunistic. They made the most of the turnovers that North presented them and scored a few touchdowns. Offensively, they never really got it going. Offensively for North Attleboro, they got it going, but it wasn't a high-powered offense we're used to, and that's a lot of credit to the Bishop fans' defense. On the other hand, you look at that defense for North Attleboro. Outstanding job tonight keeping these guys in the game.
Chris Miller, the producer and director of North TV Sports. Slow motion replay, Lauren Carpenter. Graphics, Megan Miller. Michelle Lucier on game camera. The tight shot cameras, Bruce Houghton and George Wright. Our statistician, Matt Luigi. For Steve Houle, I'm Peter Gay. The final, 21-14. Shamrocks gave North all they could handle, but the Red Rocketeers still undefeated.